thing I ever do is this right here. Add this strap to this, my wheel, pull them out. It's awesome. The hardest thing I had to do was lift it out. Well, I'm in Greenbo. It's actually pretty busy, so I kind of didn't do an introduction yet. I had my camera set up to show me launching, and I think it's basically was facing up toward the sky, so it may not be much of a launch video, but that's all right. I am here to fish for bluegill, I hope. I went to a friend's house who has a pond, and his bluegill were just about popped to spawn. I mean, all the females we caught were full of eggs. So I'm kind of hoping that Greenbo is right behind his pond, and I'll be able to get on a bunch of bluegill today. I've got my fly rod. That's going to be my primary source of fishing. And then if the fly rod doesn't do well, I do have my trusty old wacky worm, and I also brought a rod with a Ned rig, and that's it. This is, well, and I have some live bait. I actually have some red worms. But this is my kayak basically all ready to go. Usually I've got about 4 more rods in there. But I decided, like I said, to kind of go light today. I did bring my depth finder, but I won't use it for much of anything other than, you know, just be on. I really don't need it. And hopefully I'll be able to get on some bluegill on the beds and have a great day. If not, I'm on the water, and guess what? That's still a great day. So come on with me. Let's see what I catch. Well, in my last video, I showed all of the red bugs I got. I ordered 10 packs of 4-inch, 10 packs of 5-inch, 5 packs of 3-inch, and then 5 packs of a Ned rig type yum bait. And then I also ordered 5 packs of it's the swim worm. I'm gonna try that as a Texas rig on whenever I'm doing that. So what I'm going to do, the bluegill beds I want to fish are down that away. This is a deep bank. It's overhung with lots of trees. So I'm just going to fish my wacky worm down the bank and around until I get toward the areas I want to fish with my fly rod, just to see if I can get a bass to bite before I start fishing for bluegill. Bite, but I think that's a bluegill. Let's see. No, it's a bass. Okay, I did not come to Greenbo expecting to catch bass, but there you go. That's actually a nice one. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding. That's a nice bass. The power of the Cinco, or the wacky worm. I don't know what to call it. Come on, big boy. Heck yeah, man. Gee, Merry Christmas. That's a good 14-inch bass at Greenbo Lake State Park. Alright, and that's on my yum dinger. Oh, my red bug yum dinger. Let me back up here. God, that's probably a 14 or 15-inch bass. I truly am in shock. Alright, let me measure him real quick. That's crazy. Like I said, I did not come here to fish for bass. Got my fly rod right there, and it's in the way now. Let me put it over here. And get my scale, or my scale. Gee, Merry Christmas. Let me get my catch board out. Let's see real quick, how big is this guy? God, first fish of the day. Right in the top of his lip there. Come on there, big boy. Well, let's see real quick. All right, he is, got his mouth, let's get his mouth closed. That's a 15-inch bass. That's a 15-inch bass right out of the gate. Holy crap. Well, if you know why I like the red bug yum dinger, this is why I like the red bug yum dinger. I'm at Greenbo Lake and I just caught a 15-inch bass. Golly, he's hooked in the right spot. I just can't get it to come loose. There's some pliers in there. It's not a bad hookup. He's right on top of his head. Ah, gee, many Christmas. It shouldn't be that hard. But what a beautiful start of the day right there. 15-inch Greenbo bass. There he goes. Off he goes. Okay. I really did come here to fish for bluegill, but if the bass are going to bite on Cinco, guess what? I may be fishing for bass today. God, just never ceases to amaze me. I have a rod holder for my fly rod, and of course I don't ever use it, so it's at home sitting in my shelf where I keep all my extra fishing stuff. I forgot to put it in the boat today, so I'm going to be having to work around my fly rod, which is okay. This gets to be a pain in the patootie after a while. There's something shiny up here and I'm curious to see what it is. I was going to guess a bobber of some kind. I see line attached to it. A little cricket. Oh, there you go. I just saw that thing kind of bobbing over there. Well, I don't have one of those, so now I've got a little cricket. And if you lost a little cricket at Greenbo and you want to get hold of me, I'll try and get it back to you. Try. Oh, shoot. I meant to go try and get that line out of there. Let me throw this in here so I don't get hooked by it. A little cricket. I just saw that thing. I saw that kind of shiny green. I'll go back over and try and get that line. All right. Well, got a fish and I caught a lure. It's a good day. That line. Just try and leave it better than you found it, guys. That's all I can say. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but that's enough line to get wrapped around a bird's leg or I don't know, a turtle, a frog. And I can just stick this in my side pocket and I'll throw it away when I get home. Okay, right up there is usually a honeycomb of bluegill spawning beds. And I'm coming up into 17, so it comes up and it flattens out around the corner. And then it gets deep again. There's several spots here I know where they make their beds. So we're going to do a hodgepodge today. I'm going to get the fly rod out and let's see if anybody's up here trying to make new bluegills. Well, I can see the beds up here. There's a bunch of them. There always is. And of course the wind starts to whip up just as I get the fly rod out. God bless. Just as I get the fly rod out, the wind whips up. Oh my, if they're spawned out, dang it. I tried to get them last year and I missed it too. I just can't ever time it right. 2 years ago I timed it perfect and I had an epic day with bluegill. It was unbelievable. Last 2 years I've just been late. I've been a week or two late. And I'm not seeing any activity. Daggone it. You would think the farm pond fish would spawn before the lake, but I guess not. I'm just going to go up here and see. Oh, well, I got a little one. Ha! A little red here. All right, stop. That was a little red here. I'm just using a little tiny ant. You see that or not? Oh, don't go down there. Hang on it. Come on, dude. Stop. Yeah, a little red ear. Ah, God, get out of here. Gee, many Christmas. Turd. Think he would not want to be out of water with a big giant throwing him around. Wind and line and all this other crap. Alright. I'm just going to drive through these beds. I've fished over them twice. Got that one really small red ear. I just want to see if there's any activity on it at all. I may have missed the spawn again. I don't know how to time this stuff. Well, it is June the 1st, but we've had this cold, nasty spring. Very little sun, a lot of rain. So I thought maybe it'd be delayed. The water temperature is, well, it's 69 degrees. Let's see. You can see out there all those beds. And I don't see anything. Daggone it, I missed it again. My problem is I only have very small windows to fish. And I really wanted to get out here a couple weeks ago, but the weather was bad, it was windy. Last weekend my kids came in with the grandkids, and so I knew I was pushing it, but yeah, they're done. I don't see anything going on here. These beds are empty. I missed them again. Well, I can still fish my fly rod, obviously, but I'm afraid what I'm going to catch is going to be what I just caught, little tiny ones. So the spawn is over. Alright. I guess it is what it is. Can't change it. Next year maybe I can get out here earlier. I don't want to come to Greenbo like 2 or 3 weekends in a row trying to catch the spawn, because I don't want to fish the same lake over and over again, and I don't know how to figure out when they're going to spawn. You know, I've heard different things when the dogwoods bloom, when the water hits around 70 degrees, the middle of May, 1st of June. Today is literally June 1st. So there's some other bed areas. I'll try it. I'm going to fish my fly rod a little bit. I'll see what happens. Maybe I can catch a few bluegill here. Well, I saw him come up and get it. That's a little better. Nothing huge, but it's a little better. You ate that thing. Oh. Ouch, ouch. Ah, spike, spike, spike. Well. Like I said, nothing huge, but I can see, I watched him walk up. Of course, the wind's blowing me right into the bank now. Ah. Yeah. There he goes. All right, buddy. Not much to you, but I can do that all day, I'm sure. So let's just see if I can catch any bigger ones. Fly fishing is relaxing, though. I really do like it. And I kind of had hoped that there'd be a bunch of cicadas plopping in the water. Haven't seen one. I can hear them off in the distance, because I've got some big poppers I can throw, and I may even try to throw a popper or two and just see. Oh, there's one. Ah, he's coming at me. Ah, he got off. Shoot. I let that fly kind of float in the water, or the sink again, and there's another one. So I guess they've come off the shoreline now. Yeah, that's a little bit bigger. Nothing huge. Nothing huge. But that's getting to, well, maybe a 6-inch size there. All right, Bubby. And that one that got off, I turned the camera off, and as it was sinking, I saw another one hit it. And the way I can tell I'm getting hit, my line twitches. That bright green high vis fly line, and you know, I can see my line kind of jump, kind of like a bobber, I guess. And I know something's hit it, and that dude came up after the other one dropped it. So let's just see if we can get another one here. This wind is going to drive me crazy. It's hard to position my kayak when the wind blows. It blows me this way, and it gets really irritating. Not a thing I can do about it, I know, but I still want to gripe. Alright, I'm back to that spawning bed, so I'm going to try and fish out a little bit deeper. See if anybody's hanging around. And what I'm fishing is a sinking, it's called a nymph. It's a black ant imitation, but it sinks. And I have a lot more luck with the sinkers than I do with the floaters. They tend to hit the sinking much quicker. The floats, a lot of times I'll just keep looking at it. Unless, like I said, maybe I can find an area where cicadas are popping in the water and I've got some poppers I can throw. Alright, let's see here. Right up there's all the beds. Oh, it's a big one. Lord. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is not going to be a good fly day. There's another one. That's another little one. Well, it is what it is. There's another one. He's huge. So, God, they're getting smaller. So here's the question. Do I even show you I caught that? Lordy. Those would be great bait, but I'm not set up to fish that way today. All right, let's keep trying. I'm gonna have to go to the wacky worm soon. I can't keep catching 2-inch fish. Even for me, that's below my normal. I'm gonna reel this one in if I have to. Oh my lord. Well, he's actually fighting a little bit, but it's probably another, yeah. I mean, it's nothing huge. That's a fact check. A little better, I guess, but still just about a 5 or 6 inch bluegill. Nothing big. All right, buddy. You know, the big ones have gone down deep again. All right. Well, I just caught another 2-inch bluegill, and I didn't even try on the camera. Oh, that's a little better one, maybe. Yeah, that's a better one. Come on up here, big boy. Well, actually, yeah, a little better. Had me in the weeds, that's the reason I felt bigger. That's probably the biggest one of the day. Oh well. Biggest bluegill of the day, that is. That's probably a 7-inch. I'm not even gonna get the board out to measure it. Yeah, he took me down the weeds, so it felt bigger, and it was a little bigger, but you know, that's all I'm using, so. But the big ones hit it if they're around. Just gotta get them around here. All right, let's keep fishing. There's one. Might be a little better, I can't tell. Oh yeah, there you go. Well, okay, that's why you keep fishing, I guess. Oh, are you kidding me? And he got off. Daggone it. Finally caught a decent one and he got off. That's a smaller one. But from what I've been catching, a better size one. Again, nothing big, about a 5-inch, but better than a 2-inch. All right, let me get out of these trees. I haven't let it sink, and that's where I caught that one, whatever I hooked, that was definitely a better fish. After letting it sink for a bit, so they're down deep. And if it's a calm day and there's no wind, you can fish that way, but this wind whips up on me. Makes it pretty tough. I saw one just come up and eat a butterfly or a moth off of the water. So I threw in there, and guess what? Either he or another one hit my lure or hit my fly. That's a little better. Okay, that's respectable, I believe. Oh yeah. So what I need to do is chum the top of the water with, oh, that's yeah, very nice bluegill. We'll measure him. I guess about 8 inches. Good deal, dude. That's a nice bluegill. Yeah, one of them came up and ate a moth, so I threw right on top of it, and this guy hit. So maybe I need to go top water. That's a 7 3/4 inch bluegill. Well, that's respectable. That's the kind you like to catch. What a beautiful fish. Look at the blue, hence bluegill, I suppose. Look at the blue right in through here. Deep orange and deep purple. It's a beautiful fish. All right, buddy. Well, maybe I need to go to top water, because I say that one just came up and he smacked that moth, and I threw right on top of where that one came up and the other guy hit. So we try this a little bit longer, but I may put on a spider or something and just see if get some top water action here. Okay, back to the little guys. You know, I won't show all of, I'm not going to show all of these on my video. My lord, y'all probably would unsubscribe if I did. There you go, buddy. I'll show a few, but that's the kind of day it is. Catching fish, sort of. Minnows or fish? Yeah, I guess so. All right, I'm gonna keep trying here. I just realized that I left my bag of flies in the front of the truck because I don't normally carry flies with me. And I am literally halfway down the lake. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock. You know, I'm watching stuff hit the top of the water. I really would like to have a spider or a popper. All right, I'm gonna head to the truck and get my flies. God dang it. Can't believe I did that. I just turned around and tried, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna tie on a popper and see what happens, and guess what? Don't have any. So I could eat a snack and drive or pedal back to the truck. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Ugh. Don't get old. Sucks sometimes. But not getting old probably sucks too, so get old. Whatever. And there they are. Can't believe I did that. All right, well, that was about a 15-minute pedal in, so not too bad. I'm gonna lock old Bart, and I'm gonna tie on the popper. Maybe well, I'll tie on a black spider first, then I'll go to a popper. But yeah, not the first time I've done that, but oh well. Well, this is what I went back for. I have these poppers. I got these bigger poppers, but I think I'm going to go with a black spider at first, for the first, and just see what happens with the black spider. And if I start seeing a lot of cicadas in the water, I will put on one of these bigger poppers. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the bag I have. Yeah, I've actually got some cicada mimics. Well, sort of. They're, so I can even put that one of those on if I need to. But I'll go with the black spider for now and just see what happens. Lordy, I can't believe I left those in the truck. Ugh. Oh well. That was basically a 20-minute delay. So I left at 4:00. Well, yeah, about 20 minutes. So, all right. But I'm back on the water now. That's all that matters. Well, there was a good strike and a better fish, I think. We'll see. Wasn't filming any or videoing anything because it's just lots of short strikes. But that was a nice hit. And he's pulling my kayak along. There you go. Good deal. That's a nice little bluegill. Oh, yeah, heck yeah. That's what we needed. That's on that black spider. Like I said, he came up and whacked it. Been having a lot of short strikes and a lot of little ones, and I thought, you know, I'm not even going to video this. Let's see, he might be 8 inches. All right, don't, oh gee, maybe don't spike me. Good gracious. Spiky fish, let's see here. But he hit that with authority, so that's what I got to do. I just got to find some bigger ones. Let's see, he is, oh gee, Merry Christmas. He is spiky and slappy. Any day. I'm used to handling bass lately, and I lost my bluegill touch. All right, let's see real quick. Now, don't jump, don't jump. He is 8 1/4. So a nice 8 1/4 inch bluegill on a spider. So I guess the top water is the way to go. There you go, buddy. And I can fish that a whole lot faster because I can just dink and dunk that all the way in, and I didn't make it all the way back to where I started, or where I left to go get my poppers and stuff. But so I'll just fish down this bank with this little spider on, see what happens. Well, that's very encouraging. Good deal. Well, that was one of the most bizarre things I've ever had happen. That was a 20+ minute. I have no idea. That bluegill I just caught, well, caught back 20 minutes ago, somehow had my line tied and wrapped around the tip of my fly rod like a wizard did it. I have no clue how he did it. And I noticed that the where my line connects to the leader is well, it was breaking. And a fly line is a hollow rubber coated line, and I have an eyelet that goes inside of that. Well, now I don't have an eyelet, so I've had to put the fly rod away. I have no way to connect the line to my leader, my fly line to my leader. So guess what? It is 5:20, and I'm gonna go throw the wacky worm for a little while. What a freaking comedy of errors. I've never had that happen. And not that I've been fly fishing forever. I fly fished all through high school, and I've been fly fishing for several years now in the kayak. I've never had something like that happen. That was the most bizarre thing. No clue. No clue. So forget any top water, unless I throw a zero spook or a frog or something. I'm gonna go on down the way here, and I'm gonna go to this first cove, and I'm gonna throw the wacky worm. See if I can get anybody to bite. But God, that is bizarre. So I just took my fly rod apart, put it in the bag, and I'm just gonna fish wacky worm now till I decide to go home. God, that sucks. Came here to fly fish. Of course, you know, there aren't any bluegill on the bed, so that part's over. But I just cannot figure out how in the heck that line, basically the rubber coating on the outside was broken in half, and if I'd have hooked something, it probably would have broken it off. And I don't have an extra eyelet, so that rod is now decommissioned until I figure out how to fix it. Oh well, you know, I'm on the water and it is a beautiful day, so let's just go throw the wacky worm. I did catch one on it today so far, and it's getting about the wacky worm time of day, so fingers crossed we catch something. Well, he was behind me. Another bass. All right. I can't catch bluegill, at least maybe I can catch a few bass. Let's see here, buddy. Come on now. That's probably a kayak keeper. Well, shoot, man. Just have to step back and punt a little bit. Come here, big boy. That's probably about a 12, maybe. Oh, he threw up a bluegill. Sorry, buddy. I made him lose your lunch. He's probably 12. Let's see real quick. honest with you, I thought I'm just wasting my time, but I'm not wasting my time. And he just, well, no, closes his mouth. He touches 11 3/4, so he would be just shy of the kayak keeper. Don't wind up on me, don't wind up on me. Well, he's a pretty little fish. Thank you, buddy. Let you get out of here. Well, there you go. This is what he threw up in the net. That's what I figured. Those are those bluegill hatchlings, and that's what they're eating right now. I'll show you what they're eating. All right. Which also tells me they have spawned the bluegill, I guess. I mean, not that I didn't already know it, but that's just a confirmation. Well, cool. Caught a bass. It's gonna be a weird day when I do this video. Be a day of dinks, decent ones, and discouragement, I guess. But that's all right. We're fishing. It's okay. Well, cool. Well, I'm just gonna go on down this bank here. Is that a snake? Oh, Lord. I'm talking about a worm. That's a worm. Holy crap. Well, another snag. At first I thought it was a snake. I don't really want this worm, but I don't want that line hanging around either. So let's just get this out of the way. That is a mega worm right there, man. Gee, man, Christmas. Come here, dude. Like I said, this is not my cup of tea, but we'll get this line out of here. Lord, what a worm. Oh shoot. Oh man, I'll cut my hand. Ouch. Well, that didn't go so well. I go back and get it again. Wrap it around something so I can get it off that tree. All right, now let's try. Well, all right, I got the most of it. That's a lot of line. That's heavy duty line too. That'd have been a bad thing for a bird or a squirrel or something to get caught up in. That's some heavy line there. All right, get that out of here and get back to fishing. Got it. That's its bluegill. Nope, they're still going. Oh, come out of there. Nice. Ah, boy. Just never know, do you? So you keep fishing to the end. No, don't jump. Come here, bud. Well, he's not. I could just hoist him up, but that's all right. We'll use the net on him. Good deal. Another one. He might go 12. Ah, Lord. It's been a long time coming. Let's see here, buddy. They're beautiful bass. There's no doubt about it. I have to get that out. Let's measure him real quick. Let me turn that one off. And let's see here. would you have counted in a tournament if I were fishing a tournament? No, another 11, about 11 and a half. So, not quite, but still a decent little fish for me. He's got that deep, dang it. Alright, let me get him off here, and that's just right there. I think it's worse. It looks worse than it really is. There you go. Yeah, he's alright. Alright, buddy. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of the day. Heal fast. I tell you, I'm worn out, guys. It is 7:30. I've been here since 1 or around 1 o'clock. Whew, it's been a long day, but fish a little bit more. All right, one more in the boat. That's all you can ask for. A long time coming, that one was. It's been hours. That's what they call it, fishing. All right, keep on going. I didn't know he was on there. He hit like a bluegill. He's kind of pecked at it. That's why I didn't set the hook quicker. I should have. But like I said, it looked worse than it was. It was hooked in the very bottom of his throat. So that's why he bled a little bit. But it came right out, so he should be fine. Just be sore for a little while. One thing I like to do, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, is I like to take, this is why I like this high vis braid. I'll make loops with my line, and if the line is staying kind of static, it looks like it's moving, but it's not, then that's just the normal sink rate of the worm. So what looks like a fish at first really isn't. It usually catches me off guard sometimes. So that's just one way. That's why I like the high vis braid. I mean, I'll have a good probably good 7-foot leader on there, so leader is far away, or the braid and the leader are far apart, so that shouldn't really bother. Well, obviously it's not bother fishing, but just something if you're going to fish the Cinco or fish the wacky worm. What is it called? I hear both ways. Anyway, I'll say wacky worm. You really want a high vis braid so you can see what's going on. You know, I can tell when I'm getting a bite pretty quick, usually. But today they've bit funny. They've not hit it and run like a bass does. They kind of pop at it, which is unusual. Usually bass hit it and go. Just some tips on fishing, at least how I like to fish the wacky worm. Dead line, and just let it run. Like I said, I like to make loops in the line so I can tell if it's a fish or if it's just a natural sink of the worm. I'm babbling because I'm tired. Hope that helps. Very big. Ooh, that's a pretty bass. Look at that thing. Well, you know what? I keep saying I haven't caught a tiny bass at all. That's probably 10 inches, but it looks bigger. Oh. Would you stop, please? Any day now. Lord. I'm gonna guess. See, that looks like a mature fish. That's a pretty bass. That dark top. Oh, man. All right, I'm gonna guess 10. Let's see real quick. Yeah, 10. 10 and a quarter. All right, buddy. But a beautiful fish. And I'm catching some bass right before I leave. That's nice. There you go, buddy. Good deal. All right. I got a little bit more bank to go. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna wrap this one up. What a weird day. I start out the day, third cast, a 15-inch bass at Greenbo Lake. You can't complain about that in the middle of the day in June, that I caught a 15-inch bass at Greenbo. But then it was a long day after that. I'm really disappointed that my fly rod kind of got weird, the fly line anyway, so I couldn't really use it. So I've got to go home and figure out how to reattach the line. You know, but it is what it is. But listen, I wanted to, there was one of my I guess subscribers sent me a very, very nice message or in the chat, and I think his was Jay Elliott, if I remember correctly. I just wanted to say, man, thank you. That meant more than you know to me. It's one of those things I needed to hear. Apparently, he really enjoys the channel. He likes how the content's set up. And, you know, I'm just doing this. I have no real plan. I don't really have a script, or I just do it myself. So I just wanted to let you know I really appreciate that, and I really need to hear it. And also, I have heard there's a young man named Lincoln who was camping down at Greenbo, I believe, last week. And I want to give him a shout out. His mom told me that he is an unbelievable fisherman, and he apparently likes the channel too. So Lincoln, thank you for watching. I really appreciate that, and I hope you have a great fishing year this year, and I hope you learn a few things from me. You won't learn a whole lot, but maybe a few, and I really appreciate you watching too. So anyway, for all of you who have subscribed, I say thank you. If you haven't yet and you've gotten this far, you may as well go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I will be probably heading toward Ohio next. I got to get to West Virginia too. I need to get to Beach Fork, but our weather has been awful, and hopefully it'll settle down where we can, you know, not have these monsoon rainstorms every week. Fingers crossed it all settles down, the lakes clear up. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. 2 thumbs up for a great day.